everyone. My name is Sakshi along with my mates Srijan and Prashant from BCA PPU Batch 1 third year. So we attended the 3-day workshop of Backend Bootcamp series which is conducted in our college by respected Praveen sir. So we came to learn from beginners to advanced level of how Backend Bootcamp series works. So we already see a LMS project in which we are working on RDBMS database. Now this is the another project of DLF Mall in which we are going to use MongoDB, or you can say NoSQL, which is a schemaless which is a schemaless model, or you can say it has no structure. So what we are going to write first, so we are going to create a folder, we are going to make our project. For that we are going to use a command that is Django admin, then start project and with project name, and here my project name is DLF Mall. So when we are click on that project folder, then it can shows some of the Python files. Let me explain you each one by one. The first one is init.py. So it is init.py. What basically do it makes any folder it makes any folder it makes any folder as a package which we can use throughout our codes. What does actually a package do? Suppose I have write a code in one file, so that with the help of package I can able to use any function of each file in another file. Now the second one is ASGI.py and WSGI.py. It stands for ASGI stands for Asynchronous Gateway Interface, and WSGI stands for Web Service Gateway Interface. So we can use both this for server based work, that is deployment, which we going to do in our project later. Now the third is setting.py. So setting all the settings which is required to follow the Django project, we need to mention in that setting.py. Now urls.py. So urls.py is basically a router which has an endpoint which will you take on any application on the web page. Now the urls.py needs two things. The first one is the endpoint and the business logic. Now first what we will going to do, so when we click on, first we have to go on the project that is DLF Mall and the setting.py, in which we have to mention under the installed apps we have to mention our app name, that is Mall users. Now as you can see, we are using MongoDB database in this project, so we have to mention here. So I am just importing all the connection string which we use to connect in our app. Now Srijan will continue from here.
After understanding the project structure of our file, we now understand the app structure. For creating the app inside our project, we need a command which is python manage.py start app, and after that our app name. After executing that command, we have a file structure starting with model.py. Inside model.py we define our class, and inside class we have fields like name, email, mobile, address. These are fields, and along with the data type, and inside data type we have our constant which need to be filled for the submission of our table. Now after that we have urls.py. This file is used for routing our application. In this we have two endpoints, sign up and user list. After that we have views.py. Inside views.py we define our business logic. Here we are using two HTTP methods, that is post and get. For feeding data to our database, we are using post method, and for fetching data from our database, we are using get method.
So thank you, Srijan. Now in this series, we have, as you all know, we are using on the DLF mall project, and you can see here now this project is basically based upon the Docker. What is the Docker? Docker is a software where we can give our project, and it will make the full environment same as a virtual system. You can't need to install it in your system. If you are sharing this project file to another one, if there is no the dependencies which you are using in your system, without downloading it, you can use it with the help of Docker. So Docker is a very important role in this development cycle. Now I will see the Docker compose file. As you can see here, Docker compose file is a compose file in the Docker which provide you the facility to run one or more than one services at a time. As you can see, I have written here two services which we are using here. First one is app which we are made in the Django, and then the MongoDB server, because we need to add our app with the database and database to the app. So this synchronization between these both two different software, we need to run it both in synchronized way such that they can communicate and our software will work efficiently. You can see here the version 3.8, it is a Docker version, and now this is how we have written. In app we have written the port number because we need to run our app on which port. Then the volumes, and then depends, because our app depends on Mongo, so we have written here. Then after Mongo, the image of Mongo, because the Mongo we are importing as a image and we need to make it the containers. Then container name, and then the ports we have defined. If we execute this, and after executing this, both of the services will run accordingly in a synchronized way. Now come to the Docker file. As you can see here, Docker file is a file where we can define all the images and put it is a Docker file. Basically all this project comes and saved into the Docker file. And now you can see here we have using the Python. So we have take the image of the Python, then all these things. So run pip install no cache directory -r requirement.txt. Basically requirement.txt is another one more important file in where we have declared all the things which is required to run this program. This program needs all the different kind of software, different kind of frameworks we declare here in requirement.txt. And if we don't want to install it in our system manually, then we can use this line, so it will start the installing all those important software into our system instead of doing it into manual way. So this is how our project folder structure, and this is the coding part. And now we will see to the testing phase. As I have told you, this is the Docker based project and we will try to run it through our Docker. So as you can see here, this is our Docker, and I have already made the container of that, and then we just need to start from here. As we can start from here, our Docker server is running. Now the app which we have made and the MongoDB both are running in the backend. And now if we want to the testing, so we need to use the Postman. Here you can see our Postman is opening. Now what is the Postman? Postman is a route testing software where we can test our any kind of routes API which we have made. And it is used to test without any user interface. If you don't build the user interface and you want to test how the user will go to experience our API, you can use the Postman. And in the Postman, firstly I will give you as you can see here, I have provided the API user list. If we send the request from here, then it will be showing the users which we all are created. So it is clearly views that here is all the users list which are in our database. Now the post. Second API is the sign up, where we are creating and giving a new user in our database. So user added successfully. If now we will add, if we will get the, and you can see here, this is our new user. So this is how the get and post is used. Now come with the, so after this, the updation part is also done with the put API. We have updated the email in our put API, and now with the delete. The delete API will do the delete of delete part, and we need to pass our two values as number as a checking for validation that the user is available, so we can delete that. So this is how our project is going to be work. And if we want to create a UI design in our this project, we need to add a template folder in this app folder. Then we will able to connect a UI. Then after giving the template folder, we need to make it into setting.py so that it can accessible and used to for our project. Then after so many things is still left in this project, we will make it further for our next. And this workshop is really very good for us, and thank you so much, sir, Praveen sir, and also the director sir, and also thanks for our team member for being with us, and we have made this kind of product. So thank you so much.